I do think the best case scenario is the bank approving the loan modification. That's probably the best case scenario for you. What's like the net profit that you were looking to get?
After all that, I just want to get what I put into it. You know what I mean? Not looking for anything special. After the house is done and all that, you're talking?
Yeah.
Then that's, I don't know. I could do a deal with whoever could lend me the money, and I'd pay them off interest, and then work out whatever the cost is to sell the house, at whatever percentage that is, and then walk away with whatever I get left.
Mm-hmm.
And with whatever, if say somebody was lending me the money to finish it, I could split them percentage. You know what I mean? I'd walk away with, I don't know, maybe 60 or 80,000 or something. I'm thinking.
Okay, so you're saying split that 60 or 80,000?
Well, whatever it is to walk away with. Like, say the house sells for like 6, because I know the one around the corner sold after it was done for 620 just now, like last week.
Mm-hmm.
So if it was sold for like that much, I'd be able to walk away with like 80,000, and the other people keep whatever. You know what I mean? I'm just looking to be able to buy a home somewhere else and have the credit to do it.
Okay.
Not whatever the cost that is. You know what I mean? I'd probably walk away with nothing in the end, but I'd have a home to live in.
Right.
And have payments to make. But I'm looking to have something in the bank so I can see. When we first did this, I didn't do it right. I was too young.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't really saving money correctly. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And now I learned the lesson. Trying to start a new business, but that hasn't been working out very good because you got to rent the truck and the costs and gas and everything else. So that isn't working out. But I'm trying to find another way too, painting and doing stuff like that.
Well, that's another thing I was going to mention. We do have projects in Brockton. We have one in Brockton right now, one in West Roxbury that we're doing. So when it comes up to like, as far as like work for like handyman stuff and stuff like that, what is it exactly that you focus on?
I can do painting. I can do doors and windows. I'm a carpenter by trade. I know how to do stairs and stuff like that. My body can let me do so much, but I work as hard as I can through the day. I'm not supposed to do like heavy construction.
Yeah.
But I can do trim, I can do siding, I can do painting.
Cool. Well, we'll keep you in mind for all that, especially when the next one comes up.
Demolition I'm really good at. I can get rid of the stuff cheap, stuff like that.
All right, cool. Well, yeah, we'll keep you in mind for that. Okay, great.
Who has a truck, we come in, we clean houses out once in a while.
Love it. A lot of the houses that we buy end up being super packed with trash and stuff like that. So
yeah,
that's good to know. As far as the property itself goes, it's a single family, right?
Yes.
Okay, got it.
A double lot.
Double lot.
The house next door. It's already wired out front for it and everything.
Okay, so there's a whole separate lot all ready to go to be built on.
Yeah, it's on the same. Originally, it was 2 lots, and they combined it into one. But you can uncombine it and make it another lot if you want.
Got it. Okay. Well, here are my thoughts. As far as like the total payoff goes, right? Like you said, it's about $330,000. Between that and any cash to you, it would be like, we're going to buy the house in cash. And this is why Felipe tossed me over your information. If we were to buy your house in cash, we see like a resale of the property. Like we just sold one on Mulberry Street. That one went for $365. It's just we've seen like a little dip in the market here in the past few months. But I could see us probably reselling your house for, since it's 1,600 square feet, probably somewhere around like the 400 to 425 range, depending on if we could add a bedroom somewhere or not. So if we're going to buy it in cash and do other,
it's not listed for what it really is right now. You know that, right?
What's that?
Upstairs, I have 3.5 bedrooms. Like it's a master bedroom with like a baby room off it, or you can turn it into a walk-in closet.
All right.
Like all that hasn't been counted yet.
Got it. So we'll be able to add some bedrooms and stuff.
Right now, it's counted as a 3-bedroom ranch.
Mm-hmm.
Bungalow ranch, they called it, but I put a second floor on. So now it's a 6-bedroom. It's got 3 upstairs, 3 downstairs, or however you want to make it. Maybe it's like 5, because you can turn the back room into a computer room.
Got it. Okay.
You know what I mean? So it's like, and I was going to change the downstairs. I was going to tear a couple walls down and tear the walls off the stairway. I was going to open it up and make a dining room and a setting room off of the living room. But that all changed, so that's not going to happen.
Okay.
So there's no, and it's got a full basement.
Cool. Well, we're working with something probably in the fours then, if that's the case,
Yeah.
which helps out. But the problem is obviously when we buy the houses, we go out and we raise the money to buy it. So we got to pay all the people that we raise the money from, and then we got to pay the attorneys and pay our realtors and all that type of stuff, and obviously pay the money to fix the house. So a lot of the times, well, when we do buy it in cash, the offer ends up coming in super low in the seller's mind. Like for this property, we'd probably have to buy it somewhere in the 200 somewhere, and that's not even at your total payoff number. But what we've done in the past is we've partnered up with sellers that were especially in some sort of situation where they owe the bank some money, and we'll catch up the payments for the seller. And this is if the bank is being a pain in the butt and they don't move forward with everything. So I think we'll have a couple of conversations after this. But let's just say in the event, worst case scenario, bank's like, nope, you owe us $20,000. What we could potentially do, and I'd have to come out to the property and analyze it and would have to work out the numbers and stuff like that. But what we could potentially do is catch the payments up to the bank. That way the bank is all caught up. The chapter 13 is no longer a need. And then we could partner up on the rehab together and then just sell the property on the back end. And then we could figure out what those numbers would look like. Obviously, after we walk the property and figure out what we're working with and do our analyzation and stuff. But that's a potential option in the event they end up not wanting to do the loan modification.
Right. Okay. All right. That's something to think about for sure. And I'm interested. Definitely interested. But that, now the fixing it up and stuff, I would have to hire people and stuff, or would you have people?
No, we would use our crew for it. So we would use our crew for the whole entire renovation. We would use our money. We would use everything. It would literally be exactly like us buying the house and doing the regular fix and flips that we usually do, except instead of us actually taking the deed of the property, the deed is still in your name.
In the time that it's being fixed.
Exactly. Yep. And then we are just pretty much facilitating the whole entire project and the listing and all that type of stuff.
How long it would be before it would be sold, and what the market would look like still at that time.
Yeah.
It's going to get better, hopefully.
We're hoping, man. We're hoping.
You know what I mean? I thought a long time ago the bubble was going to burst a long time ago, and it's like still going up sometimes. So
yeah, dude.
The amount's gone up a little bit, but the market's going to level out, and I think things will be good.
That's what we're hoping.
Yeah, I think we could all benefit from something like that. So, can you give me a text with all the information?
Yeah, shoot you a text with my name. That way you have my phone number, and then what we'll do is I'll put it in my notes to give you a call here in the next week or so to check in on the bank. And in the event the bank doesn't want to move forward with that, then we can I'll head out to the property and we can have a further conversation to see if it would be a good fit for the partnership program.
I do have plans I have an old pool frame that I built for my kid, and we splashed around in it for a year, and now it's sitting out there. So that would be cleaned up. I have a shed that I've been working on that would be finished. You know what I mean? And I'm going to clean up the yard and everything myself, of course. But, that sounds good. It could work with me. That would be awesome, Yeah,
100%. I do think the best case scenario is the bank approving the loan modification. That's probably the best case scenario for you as far as like how much money you're going to make and all the things. And just like the path of least resistance, that's probably the best case scenario. So when did you say the bank was going to get back to you on that?
I was just supposed to get back to me by the end of the month.
Why don't I put it in my notes to give you a call back in a week, just in case they end up contacting you before. And we'll follow up on that. If they end up denying it, then I'll come over to the property. I'll walk it. We'll do an analyzation and stuff like that. Figure out what we got going.
Clean up the inside before you come, because I've just been.
Well, you should see some of the things that we've seen, bro. I can imagine it's not even close.
It's tough, I've just been a slog for a few weeks. My cleanup guy that hasn't been around, he's been blowing me off. So I have a guy that comes in and helps me out clean the place.
I love that.
That back and stuff, and
it's
not easy for me to bend over and stuff and do stand up. It hurts like hell. So he actually helped me out with a buddy of mine. So I'm gonna have to have him come over before you come over. Clean the place up. Have my kid clean his room and stuff.
I got you.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I'll text you my name right now. That way you have my number, and then I'll put it in my notes to give you a call in about a week.
All right, good. All right, Mike. I appreciate it.
All right, brother. We'll talk in about a week.
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good.
All right, boss. Have a good night.
All right.
Bye.
All right. Bye.